Hey all, welcome to my channel ServiceNow Training and Placement. My name is Abhishek and I have total 10 years of experience in ServiceNow development and delivery. I am continuously uploading valuable content related to ServiceNow, whether it is core fundamental or new content like AI in ServiceNow. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on this subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any update from this channel. Continue our AI-based ServiceNow series. Today we will see how NowAssist Creator can be used for the flow generation and flow recommendation. Okay, so if you have not set up the NowAssist Creator in your developer instance, go watch my first video where I have explained step by step to complete the installation and configuration. Okay, I'm repeating the quick steps again. So this is the Now Learning instance. Basically, this instance I picked up from the ServiceNow NowAssist Creator Essential course. Like this is the course name I'm forgetting. NowAssist for Creator Essential course. Okay. So first you need to give your admin a role. Role name is now.assist.creator. Thereafter you have to type here now assist admin. Okay. Under this now assist admin module, okay, you will browse the plugins and you will find here that under the install application now assist for creator is already installed. So I am going here again in this employee creator module. All these things I have explained in my previous video in detail, guys, so if you have not watched, please watch my previous video in this series. Okay, so these many capability you got with the now assist creator module, like total 18 AI capability you got. So today's focus is the flow generation or flow recommendation. So if you type here the flow, these were the three main skills you need to activate. Currently they are already activated. If you have not activated, doing it for the first time, you will get here the turn on button. So click on the turn on and activate this capability. Okay. So without wasting time, what I'm going to do, I am going to create a flow using the prompt. Okay, we will see the capability of this NowAssist Creator, how capable it is to create a prompt, create a flow using the prompt. Type flow designer. Okay, guys, let me discuss one more important thing. There were two main capability. One is the flow generation, another is the flow recommendation as well. So as of now, we are going to explain the flow generation, and later on we will come on this flow recommendation as well. Okay. So without wasting time, I'm clicking on new and flow. So as you see here in your normal VDI or normal personal developer instance, you don't get this now assist directions. You are getting this because of you have enabled this now assist creator module. Okay. So let's suppose I'm writing a test flow designer using now assist creator. Okay. Guys, the prompt is the very important things for any of the flow. Okay, you need to give all the essential components of a flow before start designing the flow. Now what all those components are, if you have worked on the flow previously, these were the essential component. Like one is the flow trigger. You need to clearly define in your prompt like when this flow should be triggering. Okay, thereafter the record data. Record data means what all tables you need to make changes, what all related table you need to make changes. So you need to specify those tables very clearly. Third is the action. What all actions you wanted to perform, like sending an email, creating a task. These some common actions. Okay, thereafter the flow logic, like if you wanted to do any if, else, or for each, any loop kind of things. So these four things you need to define very clearly, otherwise your flow designer will not work. Okay, so here they have given this, try an example. Okay, let's see like how a sample prompt should be. So they have clearly mentioned create a flow that runs every day at midnight. What does it mean, guys? Here they are defining the trigger that flow should run at the midnight. Okay, so the trigger is the schedule type of trigger. There were mainly three triggers available in the flow designer. One is when the record inserted or updated. Okay, and the other one is the schedule, and third is the application where we got the service catalog, inbound email actions, and all. Okay, so they have clearly mentioned that runs every day at midnight. Then find all the newly created problem records for the past day. Okay. Thereafter, they are defining which record data you need to fetch and update. Iterate over them. Here they are defining the flow logic. What kind of flow logic you should choose. If they are not assigned, update it to assign the problem to level 1 price. Okay. They are saying that find all the problems at the midnight. If they are not assigned, assign these problem to this group. Move the state to this and then send a notifications to the group. Okay. Now let's with the sample prompt, we will start creating the flow. To start generating the flow, you need to click on the generate flow preview. Okay. So it has already started generating the flow. First step is sending request to NowAssist. Okay. Got it. So your R flow is still generating. You can click on this save and edit flow. Okay. I'm changing the view to the classic view of Flow Designer. So you can see here the trigger has already defined. They have already selected this lookup problem record, like what action it should be, the created on, like what all the conditions and the criteria they have selected. Thereafter, updating the record and sending the notification are the two important actions. Okay, so guys, this is the sample which is already given by the ServiceNow, so it will be perfect because they have already tested it while creating. So what I am doing is I have prepared a sample prompt according to the definitions of what is written in this flow generation. Okay, so let's create a new flow again. Okay, I'm closing this, not testing. So sample flow by. So this is the, I have written here, create a flow for the change request table that triggers when a emergency change is updated. Okay. If the state changes to implement, use, no, changes to implement. Okay. If the state changes to implement, send an email notification to the assigned to, add a work notes with text emergency change has been updated, and create a change task to the implementation group. So here is the trigger. Okay, this is the trigger. Okay, here is the condition. like the type of emergency, and this is logic if state changes to implement. Focus on this term, guys, changes to implement. Okay, I'll come on to this later on. Now, three actions: send the email notification to the assigned to, add a work note to the text emergency change. Okay, thereafter create a change task to the implementation group. Now, generate flow preview. It is taking some time because it is a complex requirement according to flow designer. Toggle view. Now, if you come here, and now we will check step by step all things this NowAssist Creator has done. First of all, when it has break the prompt into the chunks, like when a emergency change type emergency is updated. Okay, so this is correct, like trigger is updated. This is also correct, pick the correct table, but type is emergency, it has not picked. Okay, so we need to check all these steps one by one. Okay, so this is the one mistake done by this NowAssist Creator. Fine. Second, it has taken the condition if NQ, if a state changes to implement. Okay, but if you come on to the condition, nothing has selected. Can we do this? Now, what I have explained to you guys, like I have clearly mentioned when the state changes to implemented. Okay, so using this if condition, we cannot configure changes to can only be done by the wait for condition. Okay, so here it makes a mistake because in the prompt it find if, and it has taken the flow logic by this if only. Okay, so this is like here we need to improve our prompt. Okay, we need to clearly mention that the wait for condition we need to use. That's why I have written here wait for condition. Okay, next, send email. In the action it has picked the correct action. Okay, and it has picked the correct person as well, like it has the using the record updated, it should sending the email to the assigned to person. Okay, but it has not constructed the body of the email, it has not constructed the subject of the email. Okay, coming on to next, I have given the prompt that update the change request, that add a work note with text emergency change has been updated. So it has correctly picked up the task, picked up the action, sorry. But if you come under this action, it has picked up the correct trigger, but it has not picked up the field. What it is? Change. Okay. Next. Next is what? Create a change task assigned to the implementation group. Okay. So the first is create a change task which is related to the original change request. Okay, so for this it has done the correct configuration, I guess. No, change in the change request should be, yeah, this is the correct configuration, that in the child change task it has given the change request as the updated change. Okay, but it has not picked up this assignment group as the, okay, implementation group is not exist in the sys user group table. So this could be one possible reason, but let me give some other group name. Not one. So change related group. Okay, guys. So it kept on We will say that this flow designer is yet not 100% perfect, but it give you a very clear idea like what all steps you should be doing. Okay. In the next part of video, we will come on the flow recommendation. Okay, because in the bottom, these are the recommendation, guys. Okay, yeah, it kept on telling like what change task or what flow logic you should be select that is the appropriate according to the situation. Like in this situation, you should be using this if else, or you should be updating some record, creating some record. Okay, so these are the flow recommendations. Now, let me improve our prompt little bit better. Okay, so what I'm doing here is this time create a flow with the change request when a change request is updated with the condition type is emergency. I have specifically specified that the type is emergency now. Okay, now what I'm saying, wait for condition that state changes to implement. Okay, clearly mention that what action you should choose. Okay, thereafter I'm saying do the following action. One is the sending an email, update the work notes, then create change task. Let me check this time what would happen. One thing definitely says that this capability of ServiceNow is very powerful. It help you to move to the next stage, but this is also true that it is not 100% perfect model as of now. So this time it has selected that wait for condition. Okay, but again, this is correct. That record should be the triggered record, and the table is also correct, but it has yet not selected the stage is implement. Okay, but this much idea is sufficient you to move forward in your flow designer. Okay, so this is correct. Again, send email. It is stuck on the same position, like it is asking you to write the body. Okay, this update the record is copied from here. Change task. This time it has taken this previous step, like what is mentioned here. This change request should be this. So we need to add. Okay, and sign. I'm picking something. Change management. Okay, so this is good. This is still. I'm not writing much to waste the time. Okay, subject. Update. This is done. This is done. This is also done. Okay. That is fine, fine, fine. I'm saving this, activating. I have only done minor changes to this. Like I have not completely debugged like what this change is all about. Okay, so let me check if it is published. So this is now published. We can test it now. Okay, pick emergency change. So move it to the implement stage. First, we need to authorize the change. Thereafter, we need to approve. Okay, so okay, so still it is giving me some error like email validation failed. Email has no recipient. Okay, I forget to add it. Okay, because this is failed, the next steps are not run. So what I need to do is send email should be two is there. Okay, but this change doesn't have the assigned to value. Okay, this video is going long. Uh, Let me maybe see to gmail.com. What? Let's test this now. Okay, so here you will see that all three steps are now run. Okay, so this changes pretty much fine as of now. So guys, what all things you need to do, only you need to do minor changes with the flow generated by this NowAssist Creator. Okay, now second important thing, what is this RAG model? Okay, in my previous video I explained this, and the code creation uses the now LLM model, that is the large language model. But this RAG model is bit different from this now LLM. Okay, and RAG model is used by the flow generation. Okay, so RAG is nothing but the retrieval, augmentation, and generation. Okay, so what is this? Whenever you do any prompt, okay, so let's suppose the definition, when a user asks a question, a retrieval system queries the external knowledge domain, whether it is the product documentation for ServiceNow, Wikipedia, database, or anything. Okay, so once you have given a prompt, the generated information is again uses as a prompt. Okay, so let's suppose you have given a prompt on some chat GPT or something. Okay, um, like generate the flow. Okay, and in the response you get the bigger answer. Okay, so now this response is again used as a prompt in the in the RAG system. Okay, this retrieved information is then added to the original user prompt, created a richer context of the LLM. Okay, so now this beautify or enhanced your prompt. Thereafter, generation. The LLM then uses this augmented prompt to generate a more accurate and relevant response. Okay, so that is how, because this LLM model is not capable of doing the flow designer, we use this RAG model, which work in the loop. Whatever prompt you provided, uh, it uses the response again from the prompt. Thereafter, at the end, it uses the generation. Okay, so this part is pretty much important for your interview purpose. That's why I've added it here. Okay, so guys, that's all from this video. Okay, the only thing which I have not explained in the deep is the flow recommendation, because video length is already longer. Okay, so like recommendation is nothing but these things. Okay, it predict like what next step you should be using. Okay, you should be creating in your flow. Thank you all for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, show your support, drop your comment. Thank you so much for watching.